Hey wonderful humans, today I want to give you a tour of my study. I'm not currently in my study. You might have seen it in other videos. It's the bright yellow room. And I thought I'd give you a tour so you can know kind of what a work from home PhD setup could look like. I've tweaked it a little bit over the last year while I've been studying to make it more comfortable for long-term use, which I will talk you through. But in general, I like to keep my study a pretty minimal space. It's somewhere that I don't want to feel cluttered when I'm there, and I don't want anything in there that isn't necessary either for work or for other activities I do in my study, because I don't just work in my study. Let's get on with the video. This box of books is basically all the books that I have either read and don't want to need anymore, so they're just waiting to go for the charity shop. I have to put them somewhere, so they go in this box until I take them there. This room also doubles up as my guest room, so hence the day bed, but it doesn't get used very often, which is why it's not made up super neatly. You know, if I sit in that chair for long periods of times, I grab a pillow and I put it on there. These are just general storage, so I'm not going to show you them. This video is actually sponsored by Tipstart. Now, Tipstart is a organisation that is aiming to tip the balance against nepotism and racism and elitism in certain key industries. These industries are journalism, consulting, government, law and policy, and finance. So Tipstart does this in a number of ways, but the main one is it matches recent graduates, be they undergrad, masters or PhD students, with a mentor already in those industries. In particular, they are looking for recent graduates who might have problem getting into those industries or face barriers getting into those industries due to their race, their background, their sexuality, their gender, their socioeconomic background. And they match you with somebody already in the industry who can act as a mentor, who can help you network, help you find that job, help you in kind of in any way that you feel you need a bit of support. So it's a really, really good project. It's completely free to sign up if you are a recent graduate, and I would highly recommend you check it out. I'll put the links down below, and as I said, it's anyone can apply who's a recent student, so you don't have to be an undergrad to apply. So if you're a recent PhD student and you want to get into one of those industries but you don't really know how and you fit Tipstart's criteria, it's definitely worth checking out. Back to the tour of the study. So as you can see, I don't have a desktop. Instead, I have a laptop, and my setup is basically based on the most ergonomically sensible for my wrists. So I went to a physical therapist and they suggested I get this band so that my wrist was supported when I was typing. It's the same reason I have a portable keyboard, so my hands don't get squashed. And this mouse is honestly amazing, so I can hold my wrist in this position rather than the usual position, which can pull on my wrist. So that's kind of the desk setup area. So to the right of my desk, I have this book stand, which I use to keep books that I'm currently reading, or sometimes papers. At the moment, I've just got 3 queer romances that I've just bought and waiting to analyse. So I have this one, which is a lesbian romance. This one is an MM, and this one is a FF or lesbian romance, so they just sit there until I need them. And then on the other side, because I'm left-handed, this is where I keep my notebook for meetings, so I make notes in here. Typically, I just do a page of notes, very quick and simple. As you can see, I don't use it for anything else. This is where I would usually keep my phone because I like to have it on silent when I'm in Zoom meetings, but I like to have it nearby in case I need to check my calendar, in case I need to send messages and things like that, and I find that's easier if I have it standing up rather than if it's laying flat somewhere. And then next to the phone stand, I just have, you know, stationery, pen, pencils, scissors. It's pretty box standard. It's just an easy way for me to grab and get them. And then I have a glasses cleaner and hairball balls. Up here is my bookshelf. As you can see, I'm using this stack of books as a bookend because I don't have any at the moment. So that's just a writing book to help you like write. These are romance criticism, and that's just a random journal. This in the middle are my notebooks, so these are actually organised. I like having lots of notebooks. These ones are empty, waiting to be used. These are my language notebooks. These are like the niche notebooks, so bucket list planners, so more for certain things. Then I have my travel notebooks, and these are just general notebooks that I'm kind of midway through using or potentially finished using, and then as more bookends, we just have more romance scholarship. So it's just a really simple setup, and I want to do more with this shelf eventually, but obviously I'm still in the planning stages, and for now it works well enough. So then in my drawers, I try to keep them somewhat organised. So this is kind of filing basically, so my student finance stuff and my loans. I then have a bunch of cards just in case I need to send cards, batteries. This is my tech section, so I have 2 hard drives that I back all my work up on. Really important if you're a PhD student, back up your work. You don't want to have spent all that time and then lose it all because of some technical error. Again, with these, that's for my recording, portable thing. That's for my character wines jobs and my business cards, same with that. This honestly came with that, so I don't use it, but I don't want to chuck it out. And then this one is slightly more, I suppose, fun. I have more stationery stuff, some wasabi tape because I like to scrapbook, so this is a scrapbook of my life. Again, just general tape, sticky tabs for when I'm making notes. I can just quickly be like, oh yeah, this was an interesting quote, and pencils.
So I hope you found that video sort of interesting. I realise this is a shorter video for me, but honestly my study's not that big and I didn't want to stretch it out unnecessarily because that's not interesting for you and it's not interesting for me. So hopefully that's given you some ideas and maybe how you can make your workspace better for you in terms of ergonomics or just design, or maybe you're just nosy and wanted to see what my study looked like. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below or message me. Some of you have recommended video ideas to me and they are on their way. I'm just trying to put them out when it makes most sense and do them in a way that is useful. So if you have done that and I haven't yet done your video, it is on its way. But yes, I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.